Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series, the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season, part 33. Part 33. Now, today's team we're going to be talking about, as far as Major League Baseball teams are concerned, is the 1995 Cleveland Indians. Now, the Cleveland Indians went to the World Series for the first time since 1954, and a season that started late by 18 games, giving it just 144 games. Now, this is during the time where the Major League Baseball was in a tough time right now. At that time, they was on strike. They shortened the season. It was a straight shortened season. They had a lockout, so it started late. So they played only 144 games. So the Indians finished with 100 wins and 44 losses, and this was the first team in the history of the American League ever to win 100 games in a season that had fewer than 154 games. It was managed by Mike Hargrove. They had outstanding pitching, especially Jose Mesa, who was finished second in the Cy Young Award, pitched 62 games. Um, yeah, his ERA was a 1.13 ERA. Mesa only gave up 8 runs, one unearned run, 3 home runs during the entire regular season. Their best player obviously was Albert Bell. No surprise there. He finished second in the MVP voting. He played 143 of the 144 games, had more than 50 doubles and 50 home runs. Albert Bell led the league in runs scored, runs batted in, doubles, home runs, total bases, slugging percentage. Uh, Bell had 173 hits. He hit a 317 batting average. Manny Ramirez was at his finest, very young player at the time. He had 137 games played. He scored 85 runs, batted in 107 runs, hit 26 doubles, had 31 home runs, had 149 hits, batted 308. Kenny Lofton was on this team as well. Played 118 games, had 149 hits, 93 runs, scored, hit 310, led the American League with 13 triples and 54 stolen bases. This was Kenny Lofton's 4 for 5 consecutive years leading the American League in stolen bases. He won Gold Glove in outfield. And they were overwhelmingly the Central Division champs, winning by overwhelming 30 games over the second place Kansas City Royals. So they beat the Boston Red Sox in a sweep, 3 games to 0. They beat the Seattle Mariners 4 games to 2. Where Oral Hershiser was on his team, and he was voted the ALCS MVP. They faced the Atlanta Braves, who finished with a 90-54 record, but they lost to the Indians lost to the Braves 4 games to 2, with the Braves winning all 3 games in Atlanta. The Indians winning 2 out of 3 in Cleveland. Tom Glavine won the MVP award during that season. And this Indians team was definitely a great team. They led the major leagues in nearly every offensive category, including runs scored at 140. They led the league in hits, 1,461, home runs, 207, runs batted in, 803, batting average, 291, slugging percentage, 479. They also struck out the fewest times, 766. Had one of the most formidable pitching staffs in the AL, the American League, allowing only second fewest hits. Finished with the best ERA, allowing the fewest runs allowed, fewest earned run allowed, the most saves, the fewest intentional walks. This team was a great team during '95, but they just could not get past the Atlanta Braves. And this was the best of times for Cleveland uh, Indians, if you were a Cleveland Indians fan, because this team was really, really good. It had Sandy Alomar Jr. on his team, Albert Bell, obviously, Carlos Baerga, Eddie Murray, Oral Hershiser, Jose Mesa, Dennis Martinez, Jim Thome, Omar Vizquel, Manny Ramirez, Kenny Lofton. I mean, this team was loaded. They even had Dave Winfield on the team. But this team was loaded, and they ran into a Braves team that was trying to win the championship themselves, because they already had went to the World Series in the early 90s, in 91 and 92 respectively, and lost to Minnesota as well, losing to the Toronto Blue Jays. So this was a team that was just going through a lot of hard times as a team that was trying to win the championship, as far as Atlanta Braves are concerned. Yes, Cleveland's trying to do their thing, win a championship, but some had to give. So I'm just looking at the World Series and see what happened, what took place. 95 World Series. Bear with me. Okay. 1995 World Series. Atlanta won the first game 3-2. Now, obviously, Cleveland went to the World Series this in '95. It was their first World Series appearance in 41 years at that time, and marked the resumption of the Fall Classic after the previous year's series was canceled due to a player strike. The series was also remarkable in that 5 of the 6 games were won by one run, including the clinching 6th game where the Braves won 1-0, combined one hitter by Tom Glavine and Mark Wohlers. And this is the first time since the LCS changed to a best of 7 format that a winner of the ALCS via a sweep has gone on to win the World Series. It has since been repeated in 2019 by the Washington Nationals. So this is the best of times for Cleveland. They had a chance to win the championship. They did a lot of great things during the regular season, but it's always about obviously what you do in the postseason. That's what it's about, and they just did not get it done against the Atlanta Braves. This is fascinating World Series because the build-up, they were very entertaining. They were the two best teams. Braves obviously they was doing their thing, being the championship ball club that they were. And Cleveland just came through, ready to finally win a championship for their franchise, do their thing. See, let's see something. How many championships Cleveland has as a franchise? (1948) was the last time he won a World Series. So this team was trying to break their drought as well, but they came up short. So let's get into the World Series. Break down 6 games and what went wrong, in this scenario. Game 1 went to Atlanta. He won 3-2. He won 3-2 in Atlanta. Fred McGriff hit a home run. Greg Maddux outpitched Orel Hershiser. Pitched a 2-hit complete game in his first World Series appearance. Greg Maddux. The Indians scored in the first inning when Kenny Lofton reached on the error. So second and third scored on an RBI ground by Carlos Baerga. Then Fred McGriff hit a tape measure home run on his first ever World Series pitch off of Orel Hershiser to even score at 1-1. Then the Braves would take a 3-1 lead after Luis Polonia hit into a run-scoring force play, and Rafael Belliard bunted a perfect suicide squeeze. Lofton scored the Indians another run in the ninth to cut the Braves lead to a single run. But Baerga lifted a pop fly, and Chipper Jones grabbed the ball, caught the ball near the visiting dugout to end the game. Game 2 also went to Atlanta, 4-3. Tom Glavine did his thing. The Indians did take a 2-0 lead, and Eddie Murray hit a 2-run home run after Bell got on base. But the Braves even the score with a sac fly by Chipper Jones, RBI single by David Justice. And then Lopez launched a home run in the 6th inning off of I think it's Javi Lopez. Was on that team. Off of Dennis Martinez. And the bullpen held off the Indians in the later innings, and despite allowing a run in the seventh inning, Mark Wohlers earned the save and Braves up 2-0. Cleveland in Game 3 won 7-6. Jose Mesa was the winning pitcher. Fred McGriff hit a home run. Tribe already was down 1-0 in the bottom of the first. So Cleveland. So Kenny Lofton singled to center, scored on a triple by Vizquel to the right field corner. And Omar then scored the go-ahead run when Carlos Baerga grounded out. So in the third, Lofton opened the inning by hitting a double into the right center field gap. Omar then got a bunt single, Baerga single to the left to drive in Lofton. Albert Bell then rolled a grounder up the middle to score Vizquel to make it 4-1. So Smoltz had an early exit. So Brad Klotz had to come in, induced a double play ground out by Manny Ramirez. Then home runs were hit by Fred McGriff and Ryan Klesko that brought the Braves closer to 4-3. Then Cleveland added a run in the seventh on an RBI hit by Baerga, scoring Lofton. So with a 5-3 lead going to the eighth, trouble brewed for Cleveland when Charles Nagy and the bullpen gave up the lead. So Marquise Grissom led off with a double off the wall. Polonia singled right to the right side to drive in. Grissom sending Nagy to the showers. Chipper Jones walked. McGriff hit a deep fly, moving the runners to a base. David Justice reached when Baerga booted his ground ball, subsequently allowing Polonia to score the tying run. Mike Devereaux hit an RBI single, giving the Braves a 6-5 lead. The Braves couldn't hold on to their slim lead because Sandy Alomar Jr. hit a game-tying double inside the line at first in the bottom of the eighth. Mark Wohlers and Jose Mesa then matched zeros for the next 2 innings. Then in the 11th inning, extra innings, Alejandro Pena came in. Baerga smashed a double, and after an intentional walk to Bell, Eddie Murray singled to center and scoring pinch runner Alvaro Espinoza and cutting Atlanta's World Series lead in half. And there was a record 18 pitches that were used in this between the Braves and the Indians in Game 2 and Game 3. Atlanta won Game 4, 5-2. Steve Avery was the winner. Ryan Klesko hit a 6-inning home run to give Atlanta the lead. Avery pitched great, 6 effective innings, and then only giving up a 6-inning home run to Albert Bell. Controversial play happened when Eddie Murray hit a pitch over third base. Left field umpire Jim McKean called it foul, while third base umpire Harry Wendelstedt looked at Jim McKean to make the call. Murray eventually walked and reached second on a balk by Avery, but Herbert Perry struck out to end the inning. The Braves broke the tie with a 3-run seventh, with David Justice plating 2 of the runs with a single. RBI double by Javi Lopez gave the Braves an insurance run, making it 5-1. They went on to win 5-2. So they were up 3-1, I believe. Because it's Game 5, they lost to Cleveland 5-4. Then Game 6, David Justice hits the home run in the 6th inning off of Jim Poole to break a scoreless tie. And Tommy Glavine pitched 8 innings of 1-hit ball, allowed just 3 walks, and only gave up 1 hit. So Cleveland just picked the wrong time to not come through offensively with their lineup. Because, see, this is why it's so important in the postseason is what you do that matters. Because in 1995, the Cleveland Indians batted .291 as a team, led the league in runs scored, hits, stolen bases, had 300 hitters in the lineup. That was the average, 300 hitters at batting average. At least that. And the Tribe was held to a batting average of 179 in the World Series, so it shows you that great pitching beats great hitting. So as we see it, as far as the 1995 Cleveland Indians were concerned, they would definitely go back to the World Series 2 years later, but lose eventually to the eventual champion Florida Marlins, or an expansion team, the Florida Marlins, at that time in '97. So it was just a lot of disaster going on for the Cleveland Indians at that time. during the mid to late 90s. So that concludes part 33 of the professional sports teams that didn't win a championship during that season. The 1995 Cleveland Indians. Hope you like, subscribe, comment on the channel, do whatever you can to support. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.